So
I'm tasting the sweetness just saying it.
yeah, no, I think we've got a lot of sugary stuff in our mouths coming out of our mouths today. And hopefully the listeners, you know, this is a symbiotic relationship, right? Like there's we make a move, right, together, then the listeners.
Yes.
And then the listeners make a move and then we respond. And that's the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful, maybe towards the middle, most beautiful frameworks of our podcast is that symbiotic, coexistential, right?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. You've said it before. When the listeners move, we move.
yeah,
When the listeners fly, we fly.
yeah,
And, part of that is it's almost in a literal sense of like, oh, I have the podcast on my phone. So yeah, when the listener walks, we're walking with them, right? When the listener takes a flight and listens to us in their headphones, we're flying with them. But it's also true. It's true in a spiritual sense as well. When a listener when a listener makes a political commitment, is spurred on to an action that is in service of love, speaking truth into the world. I like to think that we're doing that too, you know, and especially for me personally, if it's something that I'm too scared to do, I
right.
like to think that if the listener's doing that, it's something that I'm also doing, and we're sort of splitting the experience 50-50. Um,
Mhm.
yeah,
And
and that's a bit of it's a bit of rounding, but it's effectively true because it's like, okay, let's say a listener has an experience, they go bungee jumping. I can't do that, of course. My stomach is
bungee
upset.
jumping, I like to think that there's a lot of bungee jumpers, squirrel suit jumpers, parachute gliders, surfers, skiers, extreme sports listeners, extreme sport listeners that partake in extreme sports. And so that gives me comfort that, oh my gosh, because of my foot, I won't be able to really do those activities. But the listener, as you said, they fly, we fly. They ski, we ski, right? Um, anyways, just to implement action via the listener.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
what I was wanting to do is move that to more mathematical proof of,
Right.
so I'm not going to bungee jump. A listener is bungee jumping, right, somewhere. And we're saying, oh, that's a 50-50 experience. But it's like, then turn that back around. It's like, okay, oh, we know we have a 50-50 agreement. But then it's like, then we pull it back and I have my 50%. But it's like, what's to stop me from taking another 50%? And so at that point, I have 75. Then what stops me from taking another 50% of that? Because it's like the rule is in effect in each successive moment of time. So, in each successive indivisible moment, I'm getting halfway closer to experiencing what the listener is experiencing. Unfortunately, I'm never getting all the way there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Because so it's like I'm never quite reaching 100% of experiencing what the listener is doing, but I'm getting infinitely closer at all times. So we might as well say that I'm doing it, which is what you did, and I think that's correct.